Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Let's sing it. Hey, live from Harlem in New York City. Guess who? It's me. I'm Alex, and this is the Ramble. This is Chuck Farnham, ladies and gentlemen. Last time we were talking, let me pick up on something. Last time we were talking about my mother and how she was saving my hair. And then I mentioned to you that we put her in the old folks' home, the Jewish home for the aged.
Right.
Because she was Jewish and she was aged. So she qualified, all right? And I would go out and see her every week or so. See, if I didn't go out to see her, and I said, I went a month without seeing her, and then I went in and saw her and said something like, boy, that was a nice time last week, wasn't it? She'd go, fine, it was terrific. You know, she didn't know how often I came. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
So then I had to move to New York because I got a job.
Right.
I was looking for a job or something, and the first thing is, I told my mother, Mom, next week I'm going to New York. And she said to me, you ready for this one? Well, when you're there, say hello to my parents.
Okay.
Yeah. They'd been dead for 50 years. Okay. And then I said, sorry, Mom, your parents are dead. And she started to cry uncontrollably. You know,
yeah.
I had just delivered this horrible information to her.
Apparently you did. She thought they were alive.
Yeah. So she went home and threw out my hair. Anyway, which was in the frame from being a baby. Anyway.
Over the TV.
So now
you couldn't watch TV without staring at that hair.
She's in the home for the aged. And they put her, during the day, they put her in this room with all these other old ladies. It seemed like it was mostly widows, because the women tend to survive the men more than the men surviving the women.
Right.
Okay? And so consequently, they put her in this room with all these other old ladies, and they don't talk to each other. They just kind of like huddle. I don't know.
Did she have a private room, or was she?
She had a private room. But then they had like a day room for everybody, you know. And there was only one old man there. One. And he played the piano for them.
Nice.
And he did a great job of playing, you know. It's like there's certain things, like even if you go senile, you still know how to do, you know.
Right.
Because it's just like natural to you. And he would play
I used to go visit a guy in an Alzheimer's facility.
Uh-huh.
And when I would get near the door as I was leaving, everybody would crowd around and they would go, can you read that little piece of paper on the wall for me? And I said, I don't think I'm allowed to. Because what it was a poem that contained the numbers of the lock for the door. And they were advanced enough that they couldn't read anymore, but they knew how to push the buttons on the thing to escape. So they had to change that about once a month. I think somebody would figure it out, or somebody would say, hey, read me that poem. And the person wouldn't think, and they just go, hey, well, on the 4th day of July, 4 is the first number. Here we go.
Wow. Well, anyway, so my mother was in this place, right? And they're old ladies sitting around, and I'd sit down and talk to some of them. And then, of course, I spent time with my mother, talking to her and, or having some kind of conversation. I can't tell you how lucid it was at that point.
Sure.
And there was this one old lady. I've told this story before, but if you've heard it, folks, turn off now, come back later, okay?
Yeah, we'll be here.
There was this one old lady who was there, and good for her, But as I would walk by her, every time I went out there, she would look at me and go, "You a cop?" I mean, I'd just be walking to go see, "Hey, Mom, hi. Are you a cop?" Every
Nice.
time. Every time.
My problem was always I'd be sitting there talking to him, and somebody would start rubbing my leg.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "Hi, how are you?" "Oh, I'm okay. You like this?" It's like senior center, man. The senior centers and the old folks
If you
homes are
weren't
the way to
married,
go.
you'd be at the senior center all the time getting some generic pussy.
They are they're a lot more open at that age. I've discovered.
Well, certainly they have years of experience.
Right.
Yeah. And the
And apparently the word no never comes up.
I think, it's funny. Marjorie, of course, is married to me. And among her
Right.
friends, she has a lot of friends whose, husbands have died.
Right.
And she feels quite fortunate that she has somebody to spend the rest of her life with.
Right.
Until
Seems
I
like a
go,
really
and then
nice-
she's going to be another widow. Or
Yeah.
if she goes before me, I'm going to be a widower.
Hey, I'm an orphan now, so it happens.
Yeah, I'm an orphan too. Why
Yeah.
don't we surrender ourselves to an orphanage or something?
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Say, take care of us.
Stand out front and go, "I'm an orphan. Can you take me in?"
Exactly. Little orphan Chucky.
Yeah. Here, I can use a broom when my back doesn't hurt, my foot isn't numb. I'm good.
You got numb feet,
Oh yeah,
and you got a neuropathy.
yeah. Until later today, when my neuropathy machine shows up,
You have a neuropathy machine.
but it's coming.
What is?
You put your feet in it, and it massages them and brings the nerves back to life.
You believe
Or-
that? Do you really believe that?
I believe it today.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
I
I'm
go
wrong.
to a neurologist every 6 months, and I have to grant you that he's really not a very good neurologist. But anyway, I go to the neurologist, and I occasionally have asked him, "Is there anything we can do for this?" Because the trouble with it is, you probably notice your balance is a bit off.
Yeah, you fall down.
You fall down, but it's
Yeah.
because your feet are not sending messages to your brain.
Right.
Okay, and you use your feet to create balance, so you will feel off balance a lot of times.
That's why at the senior center they won't let me get up and get my own food because they saw me fall into a table one day.
Really, at the senior center
Yeah.
where you went,
An old lady comes over and goes, "Hey Chuck, you want the same thing to drink, and we'll bring your food over."
doesn't your nice wife make food for you?
Yeah, but it's not a fancy $3 meal at the senior center.
Well, it could be if she went down there and did the cooking.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
okay.
good.
When did you
Good.
go to the? You keep talking about going to the senior center for lunch.
I was there last week.
Really? What? Okay, so what?
Yeah.
What did they have for you to eat?
Oh, they were supposed to have fried fish. This was on Friday, but they ended up having this kind of beef stroganoff thing with salad and Jello.
There's
and,
always the Jello, isn't there?
right Jello. Oh, and yeah, sweet potatoes. It's good. They have chili rellenos. They have meatloaf. The meatloaf day is really big. You have to get there really early for meatloaf, or the whole room fills up.
They run out of meatloaf.
They run out of meatloaf, and it is a big deal.
Why? It's good meatloaf.
It's okay meatloaf. The parking lot is full. Like I said, you have to get there about 10 o'clock.
But on beef
for
stroganoff day, it isn't as full.
No, but chili relleno day is pretty good, and then Friday all the Catholics come for fish.
How many people show up to that senior center to eat?
Probably over 100.
You know what the problem is today? People don't have money for food.
Right. Well, and you don't. The $3 is a suggested donation. You don't even have to pay it if you don't have it.
But you're happy.
And then in the morning,
You're happy to pay.
Morning, yeah, $3. And in the morning they have free donuts and coffee between 8 and 10. I can't have donuts.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Well, you know, things are expensive out there right now, and people can't afford to eat.
Right.
You know, and so the fact
it's
that
socialization. It's socialization for a bunch of these people. They live at home. They're widowers. They get to get out and hang with the people.
Well, they need company. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
You know.
And then some of them take somebody home for a little lunch, as it were.
Wow. So it's good. It's good. It's terrific. I'm glad you're going there.
I'll take you out there. I'll spend $3 on you. We'll go to the senior center.
Oh, yeah. Well, first I'll have to want to go to Fallon, Nevada.
Right. Got to get to Reno first.
Reno's, well, the big cities in Nevada, there are 3 big cities. What are the 3 big cities?
That would be Elko, Reno, and Las Vegas.
Wow. Good for you. That's it, by the way.
Yeah.
How far are you? You're closer to Reno, aren't you, than you are to Elko?
Well, I'm an hour and 5 from Reno. I'm 6 from Vegas, and probably 5 from Elko. The best part about Vegas is it's a straight shot from my house. No left or right turns.
Oh, really?
Literally, you don't have to turn at all. It's a straight run.
Wow.
Helen Keller could get there from.
Well, I mean, it's a pretty barren state all the way around.
Yeah, there's nothing between here and there, but yeah, it's a straight shot.
Now, Elko, I have been through Elko, but I can't even remember it. Do they have gambling in Elko?
Yeah.
Then why did they make it a big gambling mecca? They've never done anything to promote Elko.
Well, I think that's where people come from Salt Lake and stuff. They go to Elko.
Oh, and they go there to gamble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can get right over the border-ish from there.
Yeah. I think I must have gone through Elko because we went to the Big Salt Lake.
Right.
And
that's right there.
And walked on water.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. You know all the big hits out here.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I walked on water. You walk out onto the water, the Great Salt Lake, and you can walk on it because there's so much salt there that you don't sink. Yeah, you float. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good place to go if you can't swim.
Yeah. But anyway, we stopped there on our way across the country. I can't remember what that trip was across the country. Who did I do it with? And why did I do it? I can't remember. Oh boy, I gotta think twice about things. I think maybe it was like coming from New York to go to work in California or something. I don't know.
I've never driven across the country.
Yeah, I've driven across the country. I've driven one way, each way, once apiece, so about twice. And it was my friend Shecky and I did it going to New York from California. So.
Oh, wow.
He took a plane, met me in California, and then we got in this car I rented. We rented so I could take all my stuff, and we went across the United States. Stopped off at Monument Valley.
Right.
You know, because Shecky was a big movie fan, so was I. So we liked to see where all those great John Wayne epics were made.
Yep.
And it was a good trip. And he was, you know what he was great at, Shecky? He was a great navigator. He would always have a map in front of him and say, "Turn left here. Oh, there's a stop traffic up there. Turn left here. Okay, we'll go around it by going through this town, and then we'll get back on the road again." He was very good at that. Very good at that.
Yeah. Now we don't even use maps anymore.
You're right.
Sad.
Yeah, well, I mean,
You can't get those Remember those triptychs you could get from
Triptychs
AAA?
from AAA, and it was like on every page would have a line going where you should go.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, it would be like a big Sharpie.
And they did it with a
color.
Sharpie, a color thing, yeah. And then you go to the next page, you go to the next page. If you got one to go across the United States, it was about that thick. And you counted your whole life and what was coming up next by when am I going to be able to get to the next page?
Yep. It was exciting.
Yeah.
Now we got nothing.
Well, we don't got nothing.
Well, we got a GPS that'll tell us if there's a cop up ahead. That's good.
No, but it's also a GPS that will tell us how to go.
Right.
And what was the right way to go?
Yeah. Have you ever had that make a mistake on you and you end up in the middle of nowhere?
Oh, in Europe. We were in Italy, and it was Italy. Yeah, it was Italy, and we had a GPS in the car, and we said we're going to such and such a place, whatever. All of a sudden, we wind up in this vacant lot.
Yeah.
Because the GPS in those days weren't quite as accurate as they should be.
Well, out here, that's a problem too, because there's a bunch of ultra rural area that has nothing, so they didn't bother to map it.
Well, also when I first got my GPS in my car in San Francisco, I told it, well, take me to my home, which was in the marina.
Right.
And I started following where the GPS told me to go, and I went through every bad neighborhood in San Francisco.
Nice.
I figure it was calculated and created by somebody who wanted to get his friends to be able to mug me.
Right.
But I mean, literally, it took me through all the most terrible neighborhoods in the Bay Area, in San Francisco. Yeah.
Basically the Tenderloin.
Went right through the Tenderloin, and then went through
That's a
another
great
area, yeah, which was like questionable. And I just figured they're just trying to get me mugged. That's all. It was some guy who programmed the GPS so it would do that. So.
Nice.
I also had my first GPS I ever had. We had it had a voice. It told you turn left here, turn right there. But it was a Japanese accent.
Nice.
Yeah. They didn't get say, hey, where these are going in America, we should probably put an American accent in there. So I and my girlfriend at the time used to refer to the GPS as Yoko.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Mine's got John Cena in it right now, the wrestling guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He tells me where to go and what to do.
Yeah, I have somehow on this Echo that I have here, I shouldn't have said that word, it just tricked it off. Stop. Okay. It's also called Alexa. That's the best way to do it, then mine don't go off. See,
right.
But anyway, I changed it to ECHO because if I used Alexa as a question asked, anytime anybody said Alex, it would go off. Yeah, so
nice.
So we had to change it. But I had Samuel L. Jackson.
Nice. That would be good.
I think maybe you can still get Samuel L. Jackson. I had to pay for it. It should be here.
Right.
Wait a minute. Echo, turn on. Echo, turn on Samuel L. Jackson.
I'm not sure what you'd like to play.
I'm not sure.
Results are damaged.
You can have Samuel L. Jackson on your
Trinity and the Protege.
on your Amazon.
No, yeah, on my Alexa, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to turn them on now because, and it used to say, use MF this, MF that,
Right. I'll have to do that. I like that idea.
Yeah, but you have John Cena?
I have John Cena in the car.
In the car.
And in my, I've got some Meta glasses, and that has John Cena in it too.
The Meta glasses, that's the Amazon version of...
That's the Facebook version of glasses.
Okay, all right. So how are they?
They're good. They're really good. I have the older pair, and I lost them, and then I found them recently, so I've been using them a lot. They're great if you want to take pictures or video or figure out where you're at. Anything like that.
Now, is yours a prescription?
No, I don't
glasses?
have a prescription.
But you can get them in prescription, right?
Yeah, it's a flat prescription. So I had cataracts removed, so I've got real vision for distance.
Yeah, but
that's why I have 500 pair of glasses.
Yeah, but the Metas work great, huh?
Oh yeah, no, it's good. I want to get the new one because the new one's got a screen in it because I have trouble hearing, and it will transcribe what it hears to a screen on the right side, so you can read it.
Wow. Well, that's good. But how does that compare to the Apple super glasses thing?
The Apple thing is dead, as I predicted.
It looks like it's dead. They're too big.
It's $4,000 or $3,500.
Yeah, but I mean, it like is so big on your head that you don't,
Yeah, they stopped manufacturing. They claim later this year they're going to come out with something like these Meta glasses.
Yeah,
because they realized people didn't want them.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what it did. It was based on the what were the 3D glasses you get,
right?
For game playing and things like that. Yep. And they thought that was what people wanted, but that wasn't what people wanted. They wanted them to come up with a better idea.
I can say, "Hey, Meta, what am I looking at?" And it will obviously know your face because you're well known enough, and it would say, "You're looking at Alex Bennett in what appears to be his living room." That's what it would tell me.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's good. Or if you're let's say you're in a famous building or something, it'll tell you all about the building.
Yeah, but I'm really not in my living room.
Yeah, I know. You're fake. You're fake living room.
Well, look, I've got you on daytime because you're daytime there, and it would look bad if I was this.
Right.
Okay. So there we go. And then I have a thing set so that right in back of me, I have a bookcase. So in case I'm just have the green screen and I want to look like that, there it is. Okay.
Nice.
And here's David Letterman's background.
Nice.
Okay. I did that myself. I told AI to take David out of the picture.
Oh,
and
great.
This is what I got. That's his background, isn't it? Hmm? I would have done a background for here we go, Bay Area. There we go.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, yeah. But anyway, so I have these different backgrounds, and nobody ever questions whether this isn't a background.
No, because it looks like your living room.
It is my living room. It is
not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I took a photograph of it, and then I went onto my site and ran the logo and put it up on the screen.
Oh, wow.
See, so it's there. Isn't that clever of me?
You're good.
I did that a year ago. I don't know if I could do it this year.
No.
I'm just worried about the show that I'm going to do. Whether I don't know. I should use a cane to come out on stage because it will give me balance, right? Do you use a cane?
I have canes. I try not to use them.
Yeah, but I use them. But so I don't know whether to ditch the cane because I can walk and just walk on stage.
Can you walk the 20 feet to, I don't know, are you going to be on a couch or a desk or something?
Yeah. Oh, no, I can walk all over the stage and without the cane, right. But I'd rather have the cane with me. So I don't know what to do.
Well, put the cane next to the couch, and then you'll feel safe.
I mean, maybe that will give them something to say. I saw Alex; he has a cane now. Yeah, something like that. Give him some money's worth for this thing.
Right. Well, maybe bring you out in a wheelchair.
Because they're charging $36 for this thing, and then Cobb's has got a 2-drink minimum. So by the time they get out of there, they've spent $100 a piece. And I figure, why not give them something for the money? Hey, Alex has a cane now.
Right. That'll be good.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the way I am, Well, anyway, it looks like we're slowly running out of time here.
Okay.
Every time my screen flashes. Why is that? Maybe I should reboot everything. Yeah. Boy. Well, anyway, always good to talk to you, Chuck.
You too, sir.
And get your restaurant review on old people's places to eat for free.
Yeah, we can do that.
Well, if I ever come out to
I'll be out
Fallon,
there to see you anyway at some point this year.
yeah, well, we will see each other before the year is out. I can
Yeah,
guarantee
no
that.
question about
Okay, and yeah, we'll talk to you next time.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Whoa! Thank you so much. Chuck. Oh God, Chuck Farnham. We appreciate it. Okay, hello everybody. Why all of a sudden the picture froze up? The video froze up. I have no idea. You know what happens is. You get somebody like Apple and they decide they're going to change their operating system. Like the other one wasn't good enough. You couldn't stick with it. No, you had to try a new one. And I, like an idiot, do something. I upgrade to the new one almost immediately. And you shouldn't. You should wait a long time till they get all the problems worked out. So anyway, so I get things like that freezing up, and I have this problem with the color. Was very washed out yesterday. And I went in and I found a thing in my operating system, my OBS they call it, that does all the switching and all the stuff like that. And I found a place where I could up the color on certain things. So it should look a little less washed out tonight, okay? All right? Okay. Anyway, there's some people here waiting to come on. Not a lot of them, but you know, it may get better, or it could just stay this way. Anyway, let me just check these people out, and let's go to the. Let me see here. There we go. There. Look at that. Look at who we have there. We have first of all, we have Jeff. He's down in Florida. Also down in Florida is Mark Thorner. Hello, Mark. Ooh. And also a big hello to Charlie Wallace, who is down there in Texas. And, of course, Alan is here as well. So that's cool. And I think we got the color a little less washed out tonight. I don't know. But I'm trying to fix it. But, you know, anybody have problems with a lot of you have, like, Microsoft's terrible at that, too, aren't they? Every time they go to an upgrade or what happens is they always send you these things saying, oh, we're sending you a new upgrade for the one you already have, you know, or the patch or whatever. And you're going, why didn't you get it right in the first place? I mean, why did you send it out without having it all fixed? And I asked somebody once about this, and they told me that no program goes out 100% working. They just keep fixing it and fixing it and fixing it until, oh, it's time for the new version of Apple operating system, you know. Nice. And you're going. In fact, Brian Neary can probably tell us a little more about that because he works in the computer industry. Am I right about that, Brian? Did you hear what I was saying?
Something about Microsoft stuff not going out the first time.
Yeah, no, no programs go out 100% working. They're happy with something like 99% or 98% or something like that.
Yeah, I look at it as every time that they only have so much storage or so much data or so many things they can do, and they're trying to do more and more. They keep trying to change buttons and move this, so it's easier for them, and they can add more going later, I think, because phones are incredible.
Also, the other problem is these programs are written by techies, okay? And all they're saying is, oh, look what you made. We can make it do now. Not asking the public if they want it to work that way.
You know? Engineers do that in manufacturing all the time. They never ask manufacturing. So is this going to be easy to put together? They just make it one time and they say, okay, now let's go to manufacturing and make 1,000 of them.
Yeah. Well, so I've been suffering here with whatever. I'm not making a big deal out of it. I just. Anyway, so how are you all doing tonight, Mark? Down there in Florida, down there in Naples, Florida.
You're the second person today that made that joke. That's
Is that I know, and I know that other person, so that's the reason it happened.
yeah. No, it's not who you think it is, but
I know.
it's 67 degrees, which, believe me, for you guys, but it's if you're not used to it, it's chilly.
Let's see, what is the temperature now? It's 34 degrees here, but it's supposed to go down to something like, I don't know, 14 or something, and then we're supposed to get a big snowstorm.
Oh, yeah. What about Charlie?
We had some people coming over for lunch on Sunday. We had to cancel that because there's supposed to be this big snowstorm. How you got a snowstorm down there, Charlie?
We were supposed to. It hadn't hit yet. It's 58 degrees now, but it's supposed to be in the 20s all weekend.
Yeah, all I can think of when they say snowstorm is snot storm. And the reason I think about that is when I was working at a radio station in Klamath Falls, Oregon, I used to also have to do the news. You play the records and then you do, and now here's 5 minutes of local news, right? Or news, not local news, of the news. And then at the very end, you would have the weather report, right? And I never read any of this stuff in advance. It was called rip and read, is what they called it. You just ripped it off the teletype, and then you ran back into the studio. And when the song was over, now here's the news, and you started reading. It was usually the news at a glance that we did, which was just the headlines, right? And the last thing was the weather report. And it had the weather report for Klamath Falls, Oregon. And somebody at Associated Press, I don't know, bad typing or something, or maybe he just really meant to do this to throw me off or anybody else off who read it, but it said a gigantic snot storm. So,
Well, I know we talked about this a lot, but the airplane crash at SFO with the Asian names.
Oh, with the Asian names?
Yeah. Oh my God.
And they read it right. Somebody sent it in. Oh, here are like 7 people that died in the airplane because it was like short landed. SFO where the water is just short landed.
Yeah.
And then they said Phi Too Low or something like that was one Asian name, and they said like 7 Asian names, like jokes like that, and they just read it right away.
Really?
Yeah, holy fuck or something.
Holy
fuck. You got it. Hold on. I think Alan's looking for it already, I think, but yeah.
Oh, man.
No. I'm reading the new ICE permit that that ICE officers don't need to apply the 4th Amendment.
We weren't talking about that.
He said he was reading it.
Yeah, he said I was just telling him what I was reading.
Oh boy! Well, the ICE agents. The ICE agents killed some. Well, there was somebody was in. There was somebody down in I think it was Arizona or New Mexico, who was arrested by ICE agents and put into detention, and then died in detention. And the government tried to say that he had committed suicide.
Sure he did.
Well, the coroner's report came back and said it was a homicide. And they're still saying no, it was a suicide. So
Well, a homicide could be a suicide. You're thinking of a murder. A murder is another form of homicide.
but they meant
Homicide encompasses.
they
a
meant
lot
he
of-
was murdered.
Right.
Yeah. So do you have to fight me on everything?
No, just the things you're wrong on.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go.
No. Just
Sum Ting Wong, the Captain Sum Ting Wong. We Too Low.
We too low.
Holy fuck. And Bang Ding Ow. And they read it straight. I mean, they didn't even like halfway through all of a sudden realize. They just said, yeah, something wrong. Oh my God. So hilarious.
Oh, well. And that's why you have to believe everything you see on the news.
I believe that ICE detained a 5-year-old boy today.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the POS person for vice president that we have thinks it's okay.
It's okay that a 5-year-old kid? Okay. Why did he say it was okay?
Because he's a piece of shit.
Was that the same speech Vance said something about sex offenders? If you know where they live, tell us. Everybody's been using that clip and said the White House. It's all over Instagram right now. It's pretty funny.
Oh my God. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's good.
Yeah. Actually, Adrian was asking about ICE. I don't know why we were talking about it for some reason. And then she's all, what happens to the kids when their parents go? You know, it's like unbelievable stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and you know what it is? The problem is you have a daughter, and she sees this stuff on television, and then she gets worried about it, doesn't she? I mean, it's got to upset her.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because she's a kid, and she just hey, it could happen to her.
Was her mother? I know you're not married to her. Was her mother a U.S. citizen?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so she's got nothing to worry about then.
Oh,
the last girl I was dating isn't. I'd like to call ICE on her. How do I do it?
You open the freezer.
She's a big headache.
And this 5-year-old was a U.S. citizen, and they grabbed him and sent him to Texas anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, they want to know if this 5-year-old had a passport or ID on. It's like,
They had a guy like he had some kind of accent. I don't know, Somalian or whatever you call. But he's a bald guy, and he had his passport here, and it was taped around his head. He said, "This is how I'm walking around now." So his passport was here, and the tape around his head.
Oh, jeez.
So he walks around and see like that.
Well, I mean, why isn't somebody stopping these people? I mean, come on.
Yeah, really.
There's got to be.
Everybody complains about all the guns we have here. Start using them.
Well, no. What I want to know is why somebody isn't stopping these people from doing
why aren't
that.
the court stopping them? How could they say they don't need a warrant? The police can't break in your house without a warrant.
Well, that's right, but they're not the police. They say ICE.
I know they're ICE, so ICE has more rights than the police.
No, not usually, but
probably I should have less rights than the police.
Yeah,
that's right.
They're more poorly trained.
They're both law enforcement officers, ICE and the police, but they're so poorly trained that they can go into your house now without a warrant, which is against the Fourth Amendment.
Yeah.
Well, they could say, well, they're not citizens. So therefore, they're not protected by the Constitution.
No, they are protected by the Constitution.
In other words, anybody who's on American soil is protected by the Constitution, I would assume.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. It's just amazing. Just amazing. I see this going on every day, and I can't believe what I'm seeing, And today, Jack Smith, I don't know if any of you saw the Jack Smith testimony before Congress. And of course, the government wanted him to do it, hoping that maybe he would do something wrong and he would be caught in a lie.
Yeah.
And he knew that, and he's a lawyer, and so he played it very cozy. But he did get enough out to say that what we had was a slam dunk case against Donald Trump for causing January 6th. And he didn't make any bones about that.
No, it's the Attorney General that didn't act. The Attorney General should have had him appear in court, arraigned and everything. And he just didn't do anything. I'm surprised that Biden didn't order him.
Well, he said that the minute that he became president, it was considered that you couldn't go after the president of the United States.
probably why he became president.
He
again.
said, but
That's
then
why
then somebody asked him, well, after he's no longer president, could you reinstitute that case and then charge him?
Yeah.
And he said, well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do or what I can do. I'm not, in charge anymore, but whoever's in charge has to make that determination.
Yeah.
So, but he still is, can be held in against that whole case. I mean, it's still, what am I trying to say? Oh, well, you know what I'm trying to say.
It depends on what the statute of limitations is on it too. I don't know
that there's I wonder if there's a statute of limitations on that.
I don't know on that, so I have no idea. That's what I was just going to say.
I mean, this is what? Treason? What is it called? What is it considered?
Treason's a good word for it.
Yeah. I don't think there's any limitation on treason. I think you can't say after 7 years, it's no longer a treasonous act. It either is or it isn't. He either tried to overthrow the election by force, or he didn't.
Right.
So.
The thing is, I
think they call it an insurrection.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he's immune while he's president, then the clock on the statute of limitations should be frozen until he's not president anymore.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But, the notion that the Supreme Court even said that the president can do anything he damn wants to, is kind of.
And he's taking advantage of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is taking advantage of it.
Yep. So, I mean, and what I hate, I couldn't stand it. I was watching this thing today, and the Republicans would start going and asking him questions, one right after the other, and then not giving him a chance to answer. And then when their time was up, he didn't have a chance to answer. I mean, it's just, it was driving me crazy watching it. Marjorie has to watch it, And I said, why are you doing this? You really want to get agita? You want to get all upset? What are you going to say, Kevin?
No limit on the statute of limitations for treason.
Really?
Good.
Oh, okay. All right.
How old was he?
States that indictments for treason can be found at any time without limitations.
How about insurrection?
Oh, I bet there's no statute of limitations on that either.
Yeah.
Major crimes usually don't have them.
Yeah.
Like rape, like murder, stuff like that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. They usually don't have statute of limitations.
Yeah.
California.
Wow. Yeah, well. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. I don't know. I mean, it upsets me. I'm sure it upsets a lot of you. I know that Mark gets upset very easily. Or do you just not let it affect you?
It's a little bit of both.
You'd like to try and avoid it. You'd like to try to not have any find out what this is all about. Like I watched the president yesterday in Davos.
Oh, God.
And, I mean, how embarrassing was that? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm,
Cringing.
I want to love this country, but it's not giving me any reason to. And, when you think about it, somebody said this in Europe, they were interviewing a bunch of people on the street or whatever. And they said, well, you got to remember how we feel about the United States is this guy got elected by a majority of the voters. And that's what we think of America. That's what you do. Now, granted, they came out with a thing today that said that he doesn't have a... he really does not have the public on his side any longer. That he's well beyond that. But that doesn't matter. That doesn't mean anything in Europe. They just go, hey, those Americans, they're crazy. They elected this guy. How can they elect a moron like this? I mean, not that they couldn't do it in England too, but, I mean, not to this extent.
I don't know if this is true or not, but they're showing people, they say, "Oh, and where are you from?" And instead of saying the U.S., they say, "I'm Californian." Instead of American. In Europe, they're saying, "I'm Californian."
I'm Californian.
I said, "Oh, you're from the United States?" They said, "No, no, no, no. I'm Californian."
That won't help me.
For me,
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
don't say you're a Texan, yeah, and a Floridian. Let me see here. Oh, here comes Tony. Here, we haven't seen Tony in a while.
Yeah.
I wonder if he
Check
looks...
my messages.
Huh?
Nothing.
Hello, Tony.
I got a couple.
Yeah, I heard you too. I was getting sick of watching him too, Alex. I can't. How does he have Putin on anything that has to do with peace? It's a bizarro world, really.
Oh, yeah, he started what is it?
The Board of Peace.
Board of Peace.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I mean...
It's almost as good as the great healthcare plan.
No, but here's what he does. He thinks he's doing business with the rest of the world. So he's got the Board of Peace, like his board of directors.
And Putin's on it. He just invades. He's just a killer. I mean, he's on anything with peace and Putin. How does that go together? It's
He's got a
he's
peace
a
prize.
joker who's running our country, really. That's really what I say.
Yeah, but Putin is on that committee. He just couldn't attend the meeting because he'd get arrested.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Did you hear?
I gotta get a drink.
And Trump uninvited, what's his name, from Canada? And he said, "How's he uninvite me? I already declined."
Why did he uninvite the guy from Canada, the prime minister, whose name I don't know right now, but maybe...
I don't remember either.
but
That's the one that got the standing ovation, right?
but
Yeah.
The other day? Yeah.
He got standing over it. And he gave a pretty
So
coherent speech, unlike Trump.
Yes. Yeah.
well, they're a little...
So after that speech, Trump uninvited him. He said, "Well, how can you uninvite me? I already declined this slot."
Well, you know, Canada has already put its army on standby
Yeah.
because they're afraid the United States is going to try to attack them.
Trump will.
And these are not people who go off the rails on something like this. If they're worried about it, there's a definite reason to worry.
Well, look what he did in Venezuela. He could do that anywhere.
Well, what did he do in Venezuela? He stole the president of the country. That was about it.
He killed people in the boats first,
Yeah.
claiming that they're running drugs, but you don't hear about that anymore.
And we haven't seen any of the drugs.
Don't see any arrests.
I mean, you would have thought if they wanted to prove that there were drugs on those boats, they would send somebody down there to get into the water and look for some drugs, even a trace. I'm sure you could find them. I'm sure some of those packets are floating on the water, unless maybe somebody picked them up and started selling them in another country. Did you hear about the boats that we've been stealing that are carrying oil? Do you know where all that oil money is going?
Trump's reelection campaign.
No, there is
a bank in the Cayman Islands.
There's a bank in the Cayman Islands. Is it somewhere like that where they're sending all that money?
Where we can't.
What's going to happen to that money?
They're gonna cut that up. You know, someone's getting that.
Yeah,
Go right into Trump's pocket.
I would imagine so.
Or all his oil
I don't
bonds.
trust him at all.
What?
I think he's such a crook. And the sons are in crypto. He's making so much money. It's disgusting. He really is a billionaire now.
Yeah, he made over $1 billion just since he became president.
Yeah.
Last January.
Yeah. Well, if I become president after the next election, the first thing I'm going to do is tear down that ballroom.
Yeah, let's wreck that shit.
You know why and you know why you can tear that ballroom down? Think about it for a second. He's building it privately. He's using private funds to build it. So you could tear it right down. The government can't complain. What I'd do is I'd rip it down and put back the east wing. Then I'd plant flowers again where the rose garden was. Mm-hmm. That rose garden, I believe, was originally planted by Jacqueline Kennedy, wasn't it?
Kennedy.
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing, just wonderful. Don't you just think it's terrific? Isn't it just?
Yeah, and we've got a J6 guy running for the governor up here now.
What?
Yeah, Medina. We just announced yesterday he's running for governor of Oregon.
Was he a guy that got pardoned?
He was in jail. He was in the insurrection. He got jailed and he got released, and now he's running for governor.
Oh boy.
Well, they've got J6.
This is how they infiltrate the government.
But but do you think he has any chance? I mean, I know Oregon, and I know their politics up there.
Well, it's pretty funny because I was looking at the comments. People are going, "I'm in. Bring him on," all through it. Hundreds of comments.
Yeah, but that's people who would make that kind of comment, who would say that, you know.
Right, but you have those in California as well.
Yes.
There's just more.
Yeah. But I mean, they're there. You know, you're bound to have people who don't know what's good for them or good for the country.
I found that it's a lot like California. We've got the main cities. They're very heavily liberal. And as you move out into the country,
it sticks like.
It's different. It's like the Central Valley and the Bay Area.
Well, why? I wonder why that always is. I mean, that seems to always be the case. You know, that
the further you go out, you think they lose a disconnect,
and you would think it would be reversed, if anything. Those are the people who just want to, move on and do their stuff.
Yeah,
they do their thing and have nobody around them.
And it's so bass backwards.
Yeah. I mean, it's a but in Oregon, I think overall, it's a pretty liberal state. I mean, if you were to take all the votes together. So I don't think this guy can probably get elected. And if he does, how fast can you sell your house and go back to the Bay Area?
Find that out. Just have to move to another fucking state.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there goes the neighborhood.
It just seems like, these guys are going to go piece by piece from the lowest end of government, locally, mayors, assemblymen, and work their way up, become governors. That's a way of infiltration. That's a form of terrorism, is it not? I mean, that's how you infiltrate stealth.
There's good to this, Kevin. By the time they make governor, you and I'll be dead.
Well, that's what I've been thinking too. But
But you know what I'm going to think, Kevin, too?
My kids are going to be.
Tony will still be here, though.
Well, who knows? But you know what I was thinking, Alex? I asked this to my brother. I says, I think that the Trump popularity is really dwindling. So I'm thinking that once he's gone, which might be sooner than later because of his health, I don't think the base is going to be there. I think they go back in their holes.
Yeah.
Well, the base that got him elected, I mean, the group that got him elected is that middle ground that shifts back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. They're the people that voted for Obama, but they didn't. Then they voted for Trump. Then they didn't like Trump. So that middle section, there's a whole bunch that will always vote Republican. Right. That's it. Okay. Or right wing, extreme right wing. There's this middle bunch that moves back and forth. Yep. And I'm sure the next president's going to be a Democrat. I don't know if I'll be alive to see it, but it's going to be a Democrat.
In 2016, there was some idiot in California that voted for Trump that was a Democrat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I wanted a change. He thinks outside the box. He looked good. At that time.
What looked good about him? I mean,
the way he combed his hair. I don't know.
His history.
Some of the ideas that he put out there, I thought, well, this is not going to be, the same old political BS.
No, it's the new political BS.
You hear it, Kevin?
You're not alone. There's so many people that did that. It was almost an experiment. They just wanted change. They wanted to see something different happen. Yeah. And they did. They got something real different.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was president. He was president that first time, and he was not a good president, right? The experiment didn't work.
And
That's
that's
right.
where I was going here. Is that the amazing part is the second time around.
Well, then they voted for Biden. Now, Biden was
No, I'm talking about
No,
the second time for Trump.
No, but I'm saying they then voted for Biden after the first term with Trump because they didn't like what they got. Okay? So then Biden becomes president, and I don't know that he was a terrible president.
Certainly calmed things down.
Yeah.
He did a good job considering he came off of COVID, and we were just coming out. I mean, the whole country was in a lax.
Yeah.
Out of the country too. Actually, I think Biden took over at a bad time. He had the deck stacked against
We
him.
we weren't getting over COVID. The vaccines hit
It was
the
just
market
rolling out.
when he-
I remember because my mom
the
died in
vaccines hit the
January.
market when he was sworn in, Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were far from over. I mean,
Yeah,
COVID's
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but-
We were not even really out of it yet because the vaccine.
we should be happy that he got voted in at that time because who knows if we would have gotten any vaccines or saved any lives under.
Well, Trump claims
Yes.
that he pushed the vaccines through. He had that warp speed, Operation Warp Speed.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Do we give him credit for that? Did it do anything, or did it?
Yeah.
No.
We give him a little.
Those companies want to make money.
Yeah, sure.
My company was one of them.
Yeah.
We're
so
not going to
they-
sit there and wait. Oh, because Trump said that, we're going
That
to
is true.
get stuff going as quickly as we
want it.
can. No, our company was there for the money. We
Well,
wanted to be first to detect it.
So the Operation Warp Speed, I think, did good because what they did is they funded when it looked like these vaccines were going to hit the market, but hadn't got approval from the CDC and FDA. Trump gave some of these smaller companies like Moderna had no products on the market at that time. So he gave them $1 million or enough to make 1 million doses. And if it got approved, we'd be 1 million doses that we could start putting in arms immediately. Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson being huge conglomerates and didn't want to answer to Trump, or the government turned the money down and they went ahead and made them anyhow, because that's the business they're in.
Exactly.
So I mean, he did Warp Speed do something good? Yeah, of course it did. It got Moderna, which ended up being one of the major players in the vaccine business. So
And then Trump, he was discouraging people from taking the vaccine.
well, all the Republicans were discouraging them until the midterm elections came up, and that's when old Chicken Neck in there, what's his name? The guy that was the head of the Senate at that time. I can't think of his name. He kept having strokes while I was talking.
Oh, McConnell.
McConnell, yeah, McConnell said, we're
Yeah.
losing like crazy. Everybody ought to get this shot. He didn't say it that way, but he said everybody ought to get the shot. And and they changed. 4 months before the midterms, they changed their policy on Republicans getting the shot.
Well, they made the mask. You were going to say something? Yeah.
I think what bothered me more during that time was the amount of disinformation that was going around.
Yeah.
And that people are stupid.
Well, give us an example of the disinformation you're talking about.
Drinking bleach.
Oh my God,
That was a winner. Remember
That was a good one.
What is it? The Invectin, that whatever that stuff.
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin.
Oh my God, it's like no, it's. It was one of those things. It was a perfect storm of wrong. Everyone just did not react correctly, or it was something they never dealt with before.
To add on to what Mark's saying, Trump in his first year canceled the national warehouse that we had masks and all the protection for doctors and police officers and stuff, and stopped making it. It was set up just for this.
Yeah.
It's like God was looking and saw that he canceled it, so we're going to give you COVID. And then because Dr. Fauci gets in there and tells everybody don't run out and buy masks, and then changes his mind, there are a lot of Republicans, including some I know, that say that Trump was just listening to Fauci.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Well,
What
he has his own.
But we didn't know. I mean, it was brand new to us. We didn't know how it was transmitted or not. Now, Fauci, I'm sure, had an inclination that it was airborne. He's a smart doc, but he just didn't want everybody running out and doing. I got 17 boxes of 3M masks in here.
Yeah.
I got them after the rush. I had a lot of boxes because I have asthma and the cold and the smoke up here and stuff. I took them to the police department and to Kaiser. The mask. I took about 100 of each that I had. I always overbuy.
Yeah, but here's
Alex. Do you still have all the toilet paper? Remember, you bought a bunch of toilet paper, right?
Well, we bought toilet paper. Yeah.
I got a lot too.
Yeah, we bought toilet paper. We bought quite a bit of it.
What do you think they?
Well, because you couldn't get any at the store.
I don't want to go to the store.
What was weird about that? Most of our toilet paper is made in America.
Well, the toilet paper.
I never understood
the reason why that happened was everybody makes a rush for some reason on toilet paper whenever there looks like there's going to be a major tragedy.
Yeah. But today I had my mother channel me. I bought 3 gallons of milk so I wouldn't have to go out next week.
Today your mother did that? That was
because my mother used to make me go to the store when the snow was coming out. I got to get the bread, the milk, and the eggs.
Yeah, that's what they do. And don't forget to pick up 80 rolls of toilet paper.
I have that in the basement too. Yeah,
they were in Costco. They were rationing toilet paper. And
I like the look on Mark's face. Yeah, right. It's frustrating, isn't it, Mark?
It is.
First off, hey, I live in Florida. You learn after a couple of hurricanes to keep a healthy stock of these things. So that's why it's like, oh, please.
Don't run out and get it at the last minute,
But on the last minute, you'd be using your hands, so.
Oh, you got enough toilet paper here, so.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Now we know where to go if we need it again, but.
Yeah.
But that when they sent everybody home, well, we went back because we're essential workers. But I remember I went to the Lucky's or Safeway down the street, and it was packed of people just buying stuff off the shelf, to keep, because we're supposed to be staying for 2 weeks, the kids home for 2 weeks, and then there was 1 week for spring break, so that'd be 3 weeks, and crazy.
That's because the Republican put out that this is doomsday, Armageddon is happening.
Yeah. Oh.
The part of the problem is then I don't know if I think Mark was bringing this up, all the misinformation. Yeah. The CDC was created, not the FDA, but the CDC was created just for this type of event. And every step they took, they put it in the wrong direction and put the wrong information out.
Yeah.
And now the CDC doesn't even exist.
Now they've got
RFK Jr.'s fired all the vaccine doctors, and I wouldn't trust anything they say.
Well, the point is that what am I trying to say? Forget it. My mind's gone tonight.
Yeah. Toilet paper's on sale, by the way.
Toilet paper is on sale? Oh, okay. Costco.
I have some friend that has toilet paper. It must be a year's worth of toilet paper and other things in their house.
Who?
In the garage.
Is that up in Connecticut or down in Florida?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And they're just concerned.
Yeah, but a single guy like me, a year's worth isn't
well,
that much.
Single life.
I always figured I could always go over to Costco and get toilet paper, but during COVID, go there. It was empty. It was empty.
Yeah, I had masks.
It was a friggin' line to get into Costco for toilet paper.
I had these for asthma, and that's exactly what they're almost surgical quality. They're N95, and they're made here in this country. And I had them, and I bought them because they were cheap on asthma before, not on asthma, they were cheap on Amazon before COVID hit. And I thought, well, this is a good deal. I can get these for $8 a box of 20. And they're American made, and they're 3M, and everybody knows that they make good stuff. So I ended up buying a case of 80 boxes of them I mean, no, 80 masks.
80 masks. Yeah.
And then I bought another because it went down a few cents, and I thought this is great. They last forever. They put an expiration date on it, but for to protect me from asthma or something like that, whatever, And then the everything hit, and you couldn't get water, you couldn't get hand sanitizer. There were companies making hand sanitizer out of poisons.
Friends.
And selling them up here.
Mm-hmm.
Friends were making that. I still see people drive around, and they're the only people in the car wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Oh, I have some hand.
I still see that.
I have some hand sanitizer here. There we go. What kind of hand sanitizer is that?
By my old company.
That's your old company, yeah.
I think all mine's evaporated by now.
I still have. Look, it's still there. See?
I use hand sanitizer when I go in store still. Not because I'm afraid of COVID, but right now we got, a vaccine that's not doing a lot of good for the flu, and
it's terrible.
Flu is horrible, yeah.
And so you can get all those things.
You know why flu is terrible? I'm going to tell you why flu is terrible. It's another stupid thing about the American people. I'm not going to get vaccinated. Vaccination is dangerous. Yeah? So's
you know
death.
who to blame for that?
I get it all the time in October.
You know who to blame for that?
Yeah, but people, there are kids right now getting measles like crazy.
Yeah.
And because parents won't give their kids a vaccine.
Dangerous. Can I make you
I think if a kid gets measles and
dies...
Well,
let other people talk here.
Alex, is it true you can get sterile from the measles? I remember reading on that.
I'm trying to remember.
Is it measles or mumps? One of them will give you.
Mumps you can get to make you sterile. Yeah.
Mumps will make you sterile. You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. But here are all these kids dying of measles because their parents wouldn't give them a simple vaccine that would have saved their lives. Okay?
It's sweeping through Texas, yeah.
Oh no, my kid's going to die from the. Yeah, well, they're going to die anyway. Okay, thank you for killing your kids. Those parents who didn't give their kids vaccination should be charged with child abuse.
Yeah, absolutely.
I remember getting all of my vaccinations. I couldn't.
Vaccines have saved millions, probably billions of lives since they've come out in the past 40 or 50 years, or whatever.
Yeah, I remember when the first Salk vaccine came out.
Yeah, that was
it was amazing. It was really amazing. It's the one fear I had as a kid, and every parent of my era had about their kids, was that they would get polio.
Yeah.
And it was a terrible, terrible thing. And when Salk came out with that vaccine, it wiped it out like that. And then along came Sabin, who came out with just the pill, the
cube or whatever.
What is it? Cube, the sugar cube, and that was the biggest game changer, because then kids weren't afraid of getting it.
That's right.
They got something sweet to eat, and they were immune.
Moderna's working on something like that for the flu right now.
Yeah, well, the flu, it won't do any good if people don't take it.
Yeah, people don't take
it. Because people quit getting vaccinated.
Some countries require it. We used to. Before I went to school, public schools required you to have certain shots.
You had to have a whole series of shots before they send you to school.
Yeah, for my kids to get in school, they had to get all the vaccines.
Absolutely.
The fact is that these vaccines and the ideas and the concept of vaccines were an incredible breakthrough for human health.
You've had COVID a couple times, Alex. Having the shot in your system probably saved you from going to the hospital, and maybe saved your life. And
then I got what do you call it? What's the thing?
Paxlovid.
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 That's a real game changer, because you don't have to be vaccinated for that to work.
Yeah.
We have come a long way in a short time in pharmacology.
Yeah, Paxlovid. I think I did it on both occasions, and it worked fine. I never came down with it. And you did? Have you taken it? Because you're bobbing your head up and down, Mark.
Because I got it twice. So Paxlovid twice. Yep, it works.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I mean, I love the fact that the packaging and everything. It's like, take these horse pills this day, and each day it gets one less.
Yes.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Did you take the you had the vaccine for
Yes,
COVID?
I had.
Right.
Well, I had the vaccines. Had that done.
So
I still came down with COVID twice.
Yeah.
In a work situation, no less.
Yeah.
And
now my question is, okay, if that's the case, why did we get COVID? Is it is it that the Paxlovid just kind of like we probably wouldn't have had a bad case of it anyway.
People
I would
that take
imagine.
Paxlovid, some people still die of COVID, but no amount of medicine is 100%. Vaccines, some of them, you get a vaccine, and it protects you from getting the disease. But vaccines ideally protect you from getting bad enough.
I know you're an expert on this, but you let some other people talk.
It sounds like
nobody's talking.
Well, no, they're not talking because you won't stop.
Oh, I'll stop.
No, I'm just trying to give everybody else a chance to.
It's okay, no problem. Sorry.
Hello, Ray.
Hello. I was at Costco.
What?
I was at Costco.
You were at Costco? I haven't been to Costco since COVID. They invented a thing called Instacart, a company that, was nothing when they first started. And I went, is this company going to last? Man, they have built a business for themselves. So, Wait, Mark?
There's a markup, though.
Wait a minute.
Instacart.
Yeah, Mark?
Big time.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but the internet bust back in 2000, there was a company, one of those companies that came and went was called Cosmo.
Mm-hmm.
And that was exactly what Instacart is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, talk about being way ahead of your time,
Yeah.
But it was like, that's what Instacart is also what got me through. You remember, once you got the vaccinations, you had to
Oh yes, you couldn't go out.
You couldn't go out. You couldn't be near anyone. So Instacart really.
Oh, it was a game changer.
And DoorDash, I was able to get yeah.
And I don't agree with Ray. I don't think they upped the charges at Costco.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, they do. I checked.
But they do?
Yep.
Yeah.
How much?
For a good amount.
Different on everything. Some things they don't, but they do go after stuff. I was on the list to be an Instacart person.
What then? How does Instacart? I thought Instacart made their money because they took a little bit of off the top from Costco. Are you saying that Costco charges more so they can pay
It's
that?
like every other one of them. If you're paying $5 when you go in to get a pack of toilet paper, you're probably paying $7.25 for it from Instacart or whatever.
I'm gonna see if you're right. I'm gonna go to Costco. I know what things cost because
Well, just look on their website. That's what I did. I compared the website to the Instacart, and
you can do it with anything. DoorDash, all those, they all do it.
So they raise the price for anybody that buys with DoorDash.
Yeah, to pay
of course, they got to make money.
Well, they got to make money, but I figured that they were maybe making their money off of there's a service fee from them, which if you subscribe to Instacart, you pay something like $150 a year or something. Then you don't have to, pay.
They
in
may
another way.
adjust
Yeah.
that percentage-wise, so instead of paying 5% like everybody
well,
else.
no, but I always felt that was the way that Instacart made their money, was by the subscriptions.
Yeah, a lot of people don't subscribe. They just,
In fact, that's how Costco makes money. That's how Costco makes money.
Right.
Yeah, on the subscriptions. Yeah.
On the subscriptions, yeah.
And Amazon Prime. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say anything. Sorry.
But
Except I get more money back from Costco at the end of the year, and by using their credit card, like 3 times as much as I pay them.
Well, I get back. I just got a check for something like $130 to be used at Costco.
I guess they bank on people not using it enough to get so that they still make a profit on that.
Well, the Prime, like the Prime, you can make that back on shipping right up within about.
Oh, for sure.
Because the shipping is ridiculous nowadays, and
Yeah.
that's why I do it, because I know what shipping costs, and you can make that back real quick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have packages almost every day.
I'll order a pack of gum from Amazon. You know,
it's free shipping. Yeah,
it's free shipping.
Free shipping you pay for.
But you know what they do? What they are good at now is if you order, like, say I order some Afrin today, okay, because I need Afrin a lot, my wife, because I have sinus problems from when I was a kid. And then I order, say, a T-shirt at the same time. It all comes in the same box, both the Afrin and the T-shirt. They don't send them as 2 separate things. So
Depends on what warehouse it is and all that.
Yeah, but that's basically.
They try and do one big bundle instead of 3 or 4 trips to your place.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the other thing that's different about here, where I'm living here in Eugene. Everything comes by mail. They don't have their own drivers here. Everything's 2 days or more.
Oh, really?
Because there's no 50-mile warehouse near here. Now they're going to build one about 5 miles from here.
Oh, good. You'll have a job again, Kevin.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was waiting. I was trying to get on the list and everything else, but they still think I'm in California. They won't let me move because it's all taken up here. It's all taken up here. That whoever is doing it out of Whole Foods downtown, and they've got they've got it saturated,
which is owned by Amazon.
Yeah, and that warehouse they're going to build here is like, I don't know, something like 3 million square feet.
Wow,
huge.
Wow. I'll tell you, we've had a little depressing thing happen. We had a thing here called Walgreens Community, which is like a pharmacy-only Walgreens.
Right.
Oh. And they, among other things, what they did were a lot of the things where they make up special batches of stuff for doctors and so on and so forth.
Correct.
And so we got all our prescriptions down there because there was never a wait, You just go down and pick up your prescriptions, And they decided to close them down.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
That's funny. So in other words,
not Walgreens, not all Walgreens, but Walgreens Community, which were
that's funny because that's going back to what Walgreens originally was, a pharmacy.
A pharmacy,
that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
So you know what we found though? On the corner here, catty corner to CVS, is a pharmacy. And we've never gone in there or anything. Marjorie went in there, and all they do is drugs. All they do is fill prescriptions, and they're family-owned.
Old school.
You think I'm going to CVS? No. I mean, it's good. Yeah, it's wonderful. Marjorie
How long will they be able to survive a CVS kitty corner from them?
They've been there for the last 40 years, I think.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And that must mean they have a very loyal following. Also, you want to go to CVS? You wait in that line to get your prescription.
Well, that's because they have a picture of you in that line.
You got to get the app, and then they get an express lane. If you get the app, you get a little barcode, and you walk over to the other side and piss everybody off in line and go, I do it all the time.
Well, I'm going to go to the little family-owned.
Oh, yeah, those are much better.
Well, how many of those are left? You know, they had what was it? Was it Walgreens? Yeah, I think it was Walgreens. And on 14th Street, they had a Walgreens at 14th and 6th, and then a half a block down the street, they had another Walgreens.
Yeah.
Why?
You remember?
Why? I don't understand it.
You remember the first chain of pharmacies?
The first chain of pharmacies?
Yeah, you know.
Well, there were a lot of them in California. It was Rexall.
Rexall? Yeah, Rexall.
Yes, we had Rexall in New York. I remember Rexall.
Right?
Yeah.
Wasn't Woolworth one too, the 5 and dime? Or did they do
No, they
that?
were a
I don't
5 and
remember.
dime. They were a 5 and dime. But Rex,
they had the fountain. You could go in there and get a shake and stuff.
yes.
And the candy bar there too. The different candies.
Yeah.
Well, also you go in there to go see these guys, these people demonstrating stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
And, you know, here, come on over here and take a look at me making this and doing that and doing this and doing that.
Vigamatic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but that was Woolworths had a lot of those. But Woolworths was basically, it was called the 5 and dime. And they made their career on being some place you could go and everything was 5 cents and 10 cents.
It's like the $1.25 store now.
Yes, $1.25 store, exactly.
yeah, it's $1.25 now. What the hell?
Oh boy.
Oh, and they still call them Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, the one I like is the Five Below. That is an
Oh, yeah.
interesting experience to go into.
Yeah.
5 Below?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, I never heard of them. What's their theme? Are they selling things at 5 cents and below, or what?
$5 and below.
$5 and below.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And some
You
stuff
can
you
get a
pay like
four-pack of
$5
toilet
for that
paper
ain't
there
worth
for
a
less than
dime.
$5.
That's exactly, yeah. I'm like, really? You know,
And people load up their carts like they're getting a deal. You see them up there and they're ding, 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 ding. And I'm going, holy shit.
That's
10, 15,
amazing.
20, 25, $30 for something that costs them $5 down the street. You know,
Right.
It's
Oh, boy.
bass backwards too. You know?
Well, you know what? One thing that I've noticed, and I mentioned to Marjorie a lot. She goes, "Oh, it just isn't the same way anymore. Look at these." I'm going, everything changes. You know, she complains about the skyline of New York. Just isn't the old skyline of New York anymore.
Yeah, true.
Well, I guess they were saying that back in 1900 too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things change. That's going to happen. There's nothing you can do about
Look,
it.
Orville, they put a street light up on our street.
Yeah. What are you going to say, Ray?
Alex, I just want to say, I just checked the Costco and Instacart. I think you're right. I think when I looked, it was a while ago, but now I looked, and the Instacart eggs were actually cheaper than if you buy them at Costco.
Really?
Yeah. From Costco.
That's
Under
interesting.
the membership or not?
I don't know. I just
Instacart
looked
membership.
at. I just looked at. I didn't.
Instacart is a
I mean, I created an
And
account.
again, I'll tell you that they do that selectively.
Oh, I see.
So, you know, you can go, you know, what you would pay $10 for, you know, some item of.
Oh, I see. So
appliance
some
or
things are
something.
more and some things aren't.
Yes.
Okay.
Lost leader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Maybe their own brand, because that was the Kirkland. Maybe the Kirkland brands aren't marked up.
Well, yeah, the Kirkland
hands.
In most cases, buy the Kirkland instead of the other.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, the people who make the Kirkland brand are the same one who make the brand that
Duracell batteries.
Duracell batteries, yeah.
Yeah.
Duracell batteries.
Duracell.
Are Duracell.
They're Kirkland.
Kirkland, yep.
Yep, and they're probably made by Duracell.
Oh, they
Yeah,
are.
they are.
And
But don't tell anybody.
I do know that I think it was the Sunkist tuna makes the Starkist tuna.
Yep.
And the
Bumblebee.
and the Starkist tuna is better than the Bumblebee or whatever tuna because they say we want a better batch of tuna. And so they sell it as Kirkland. So many times buying Kirkland's better than buying the actual brand.
All right, I like Kirkland.
Well, I gotta go. It's time to go over and turn this whole thing over to Amy Manuel, who will be taking your calls next. I want to thank Jeff for being here, and I want to thank our good friend Charlie for being here, and Mark Thorner. Always good having you here. And, of course, Alan, thank you for all the good advice tonight. Brian Neary, great to see you. Kevin, have a good time up there in Oregon. Tony, have a good time out there in Queens, the home of Donald Trump. And finally, Ray, thank you too. Everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you because, well, we got to say goodbye because next on most of this place is Amy Manuel. I told you that a moment ago. Anyway, I should be taking your calls on Zoom. Just to go to gabnet.net, column 3, down at the bottom of the page. Her name is there. Click on it, and then it'll take you to her Zoom panel. I'll see you again tomorrow night for the last night of my show for a couple of weeks because we're going to be out in California doing this this reunion. Anyway, we'll see you then. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye, everybody. Okay.